I'm not gonna say it's story time because it's really not. Butters or gravy? Butter or gravy? I think the phrase was the term if you want to call it butters. Yo, that's butter. That's butters. Butter. That's so butter. This kid from high school, his name was Edwin Salcido. You know, in the back of my mind, I don't know if always, but and actually later I started becoming really hateful towards him. I can't stand the fucking kid. To this day, he just creeps me the fuck out. You know, Edwin Fagado. You know, pretty derogatory, but he deserves it. He deserves a lot more. It's not about he mistreated me and like once he grabbed me by the throat and he like slammed me against, you know, a wall and I didn't expect it and he caught me off guard, you know, I couldn't breathe. That was freshman year. Actually, I think he got suspended for that. I don't know if it's true or not, you know, but you know, it was just very weird because I remember him from freshman year. He went to school St. Genevieve's, I believe. I looked it up online and he supposedly teaches there and another school. How is that? It's some school in South Plainfield. Maybe that's the same. No, there's two schools on his like a business prefer that he teaches. Very odd, but he always struck me a bit bizarre. He always said he never, you know, play with himself, masturbated, right? So it was creepy and disgusting. You know, it struck me bizarre as a young adolescent, never really, you know, got turned on and, you know, handled himself properly. You know, it's not like you brag about it, but come on, it's like, you know, I mean, we all do it, right? Something disturbing about his sexuality. Very creepy. But anyway, and not on some kind of like he hits on girls, but I mean, anyway, as far as I'm not gonna talk about that. That was just the thing that struck me bizarre. He always tried to be very smooth and cool. He always tried to have a joke. He always was, you know, well dressed, well groomed. You know, never missed a beat. And you know, he always got angry at me. He heated anger when I said something. You know, especially that term because it was senior year. We're sitting around and it's this English teacher that was like, you know, I don't know, it was like a detention or something. She wasn't too serious or something like that. And she was giving us these papers for who got in an honor roll, and he didn't make it. I know I didn't make it either, but you know, he got angry with me. But then he said, "Oh, that's butter." And I said, "Oh, yeah, that's gravy." I should say that's gravy. I love gravy. I love butter, but I love gravy. It's just like it's just so good, right? He said, "Look, who says that? Your cousin?" You know, in front of everybody, in front of his teacher, you know. But he just, you know, he was very hateful towards me. It's not like he could open his mind and say, "Oh, all right, well, that's the new term, but gravy's hot too." Like he would say, "Oh, that's hot sauce." Oh, that's that's Cajun. That's Cajun. You know, you could incorporate that. Of course, your first time hearing, you know, you're not gonna really fall in love with it. You'll be like, all right. Then it has to work its way up to you. You know, he was never really like that. You know, not the way I saw it. He just became he was always very hateful towards me. You know, and the thing about him, it struck me as bizarre. Not bizarre, but very true. You know, he was just like either narrow-minded, but he's the type of person I'll be like, is he freaking racist? You know, is he the guy? I mean, he was a Latino guy, you know, from Peru, right? But is he really racist? Because the first time I really resonated hitting the N-word with the hard R, it was he that said it. Except he wasn't talking about black people in general. He said that N-I-G-E-R with the hard R. I got goosebumps that time. We were at a basketball court. Ironically, we were at it was called King College, and then became King University. That's where he went to school later on. You know, we used to play basketball there. They had basketball courts. Free ones you could go in there and play. They had like I believe it was 2 courts, so we always played like half-court games. You know, it was one of the first times that we actually started hanging out. Me and these two other people. Me and him and 2 other people. So it was 4 of us. We could get a 2-on-2 game. But when I heard that, I just got goosebumps for hearing that word. You know, could have been anybody that said it. It was just creepy. Like he just hit it hard. That part I would never forget. You know. Like if someone asks me, anyone tell you the N-word with a hard R, it'll be him. Like I don't think I ever heard. I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard it, but it just resonated so loudly with me. It was just creepy. He always said it like that. He never said it N-I-G-G-A. He always said it like that. It was just like I told him, why do you say that? Like, what is your fucking problem, man? It was creepy and disturbing. But he also talked about this guy. I don't know who this person is. This guy named Cadell. like he sweated him, so like he just worshipped him in so many ways. It was a black dude supposedly that hung around with his brother, and Edwin, he didn't say that to him, I believe. He just pretended. I don't even know, but he said, like, oh, you know how black people love to barbecue, so Goodell be doing. It was a stereotype joke. It was. Anyway, I'm pretty sure his brother or someone said it, either fucking messing around, this and the other thing. He just started repeating that like it was just like the phrase of the neighborhood. It was like he was a phrase of the neighborhood. He was in on it. And, let's all laugh and shit. Except it wasn't too funny. I remember laughing at that. Yeah, like it didn't have a good punchline. It was just over the top, it was a generalization, a stereotype, and it wasn't even all that great, man. But that's how I remember Edwin. He was always like, he heard something and he repeated it in a nonchalant way, which is another thing. He sweated that word and he kept saying it over and over to the point it got fucking old. But someone said, "Oh, it's butter," and you start repeating that. You couldn't say anything else because he would get angry at you in front of his favorite little mommy teacher or something, which he worshipped. He was like sort of like a teacher's pet, like a typical teacher's pet. Like always wanted to get everything right, and you get red if you just didn't get like 1 point on his test when he this and the other things, like or quiz, and even though he wasn't right, he would just get angry, aggressive. It's like, dude, just relax, Edwina, or they used to call him Edwina. I would take it like because it's a girl, Edwina, like that's a female name, that's a feminine name, except he would be one angry, creepy girl. He would always do this thing like, yeah, look at, yeah, like what is that, bro? You try to dwell in the realms of sarcasm, except you're dwelling in the realms of annoyance. He always did for the most part. There was good times we joked around this and the other thing, but a lot of times like it's like it had to be his way sometimes. It had to be his way in a lot of stuff, and it just like it became this thing where just like I didn't want to participate with him. I didn't participate in his lingo and his little camaraderie of sayings around the way and what he heard and how we have to play along just for his own game. But yeah, I'm not saying he was too narrow-minded. Because sometimes he would listen, but maybe it was just a lot of creepy stuff about it. It's his personality. I did not like his personality whatsoever, Me and him would always clash, for the most part. We would just always clash. And I'm not the one that picks on people, this and that. I'm just not going to be disrespected and put down upon based on his criteria or of what is cool, what is in, and how we should talk, and, this and the other thing. Why don't you do this and that? It's like, I'm not going to fall into that. Just a random video because I woke up from like this dream or nightmare, and I don't have a pen and pad. It's about to rain. I gotta get it from I gotta get my pad from somewhere and write the dream. I just wanted to put that out there about him. The dream wasn't about that. It was about something else. But along the lines, I thought about him for some reason, and I thought about making that video.